Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Beasley, Superintendent of Schools of Clayton County Public Schools. I hope all are well. We're going to just pause a few minutes to give others an opportunity to log on to this update. Please feel free to share this with other individuals that you know would be interested in what's going on here in Clayton County Public Schools as we respond to the coronavirus pandemic. I hope everyone is safe. I know our kids are engaged in learning. Our teachers are doing a wonderful job given the circumstances, and we would like to say thank you to everybody. But again, we'll give everyone a few minutes to share and to get logged in so that you can participate in this update. Thanks to all of you for the comments and the hellos, the greetings. Even if you have questions, at one point we'll try to respond to some of the questions that you may have after we get through the updates as well. This session will be recorded and reposted for those who may not have the opportunity to participate at 1 p.m. Again, for those who are joining us, we're just pausing a few minutes to give others a chance to join us, as I know this update is critical to everyone, and everyone who wants to participate, we'd like to ensure that they have the opportunity to hear firsthand. Again, we'll record this session and we will repost it after it's completed. Okay, we'll wait for about another 2 minutes and then we'll get started, everyone. Thank you for your patience. And while you're waiting, feel free to share the link with others, as we're confident that the information will be critical to anyone who has a child here in Clayton County Public Schools, and even those who may not have children here in Clayton County Public Schools that are considered our partners and community members and supporters of the work that we're doing in Clayton County. Again, we'll be starting in about another minute and 15 seconds, giving everyone a chance to get connected. Okay, well, we'll get started. And I want to say good afternoon to everyone. And I hope and pray that everyone is well and families are doing well. Our children are safe. Parents and guardians are safe as well. I know that we're all at this situation, monitoring what's happening in our world, in our nation, in our state, and right here in the metropolitan Atlanta area. I just to really just encourage all of us to remain safe. Let's continue to always place safety first as we support our children, as we support our families. Let's always remember that safety is most important. Most important. While I want the students to learn while they're away from school, most importantly, I want them safe. I want them safe. I don't want them walking in fear as to what may be happening in our world. So parents, guardians, all, let's do our due diligence to always remain calm. Let's always ensure that our students understand that they are safe in our presence, and we're going to always do our best to ensure that we protect them and that we love them and we lift them up. I want to encourage all of us, as a reminder, let's continue to wash our hands. Let's continue to self-isolate as necessary. Let's continue to reduce, minimize risk of exposure and transmission by staying away from crowds, large crowds, etc. This is the time. This is the time to practice what we have learned. This is the time to practice what we have learned. This is the time to believe in science. This is the time to have faith. This is the time where all of us have to do our part to ensure that we protect the most vulnerable and that we do our part to ensure that people are safe. I'd like to start today with a few updates, and I'm going to hopefully share enough information that will give you, as parents and guardians and students, of course, that are listening, information that will allow you to make decisions and move forward. To our Board of Education, who has been most supportive during this transition, during this circumstance, I want to first acknowledge them and give them my thanks and appreciation. I want to thank all of our teachers, our principals, our staff members who are engaging with our students on a daily basis, while we are out of school at that point indefinitely, as we all respond to this coronavirus pandemic. We want you to know that here in Clayton County, we're working very closely with our Clayton County Commissioner, Chairman Turner, our Clayton County Board of Health. We're working very closely with all of the emergency organizations and agencies to ensure that we provide timely information and that we respond most appropriately in this situation. You should know that as of today, the Georgia Department of Public Health shared that there are 772 cases statewide and 25 as of today. Here in Clayton County, there are 18 cases reported by the Georgia Department of Public Health. Our goal, I'm sure all of you would agree, is to see this number become zero. And so we're monitoring. We're the World Health Organization's website, looking at the global data, as we look at the Georgia Department of Public Health's data, as we also look at the CDC's data to see how this pandemic is occurring. Our decisions as a school system, our decisions will be predicated upon what the data is telling us. We're working, of course, with the Georgia Department of Education, our governor as he leads our state, and all of our local agencies and organizations. When decisions are made, I can assure you they will be grounded in data. Many are asking, will we come back to school or when? I can assure you that we will probably not come back until after spring break, if we return then. So while nothing is definitive, we'll be out at least up until spring break, and then spring break will occur the first week in April. So parents and all, I'd like you all to just adjust your routines to know that we'll be out at least until spring break is over. It's important for everyone to understand that we will not make a premature decision to return to school as cases continue to increase. We will follow the lead of our State Department of Education and our governor relative to when schools should resume. We're working collaboratively with superintendents in the metropolitan area and clearly, of course, around the state. But foremost, safety is our priority. And we do not want to contribute to a situation wherein we're adding to the number of coronavirus cases. The goal is to see the number of cases decrease and get zero as soon as possible. You should know parents by now, and if you don't, please share the word once you hear this. But we're providing meal services. We have identified 21 locations that have been communicated on all platforms on Infinite Campus for all parents to take full advantage of. We want to thank our nutrition services staff, student services staff, the Atlanta Community Food Bank, and all volunteers for assisting us serving food to our and their families. Again, we have 21 sites that are serving from 9 to 12, Monday through Friday. We decided to serve Monday through Friday. However, you should know, as I've shared and we've shared on numerous communications, if our plan has to change because of this pandemic, as we respond to it, we will communicate that in a timely manner. Again, if the plan has to change, and it very may have to change, but if it has to change, we will communicate that in a timely manner. But as of today, we have 21 sites and we have our volunteers, our school nutrition volunteers and others who are assisting to ensure that our students and families have needed food resources during this pandemic while schools are closed. So we would hope that you would take advantage of that resource. And again, let's thank our school nutrition staff members. Let's thank our volunteers because they have basically put themselves at risk so that our students have access to timely meals on a daily basis. And so we want to acknowledge them and honor them for their sacrifice, for their commitment to our children and to our community. As I've already mentioned, schools will be closed indefinitely. We're prepared to be closed until after spring break if necessary. We'll make a timely decision in collaboration with our State Department of Education and our governor and the metropolitan superintendents. Again, we will communicate decisions in a timely manner. Spring break is scheduled and it will remain scheduled to begin the week of April 6th. We would expect that it will be a break, which means that digital learning will probably be discontinued because we know that our teachers and families need a break during this very stressful time. So we will continue with digital learning until the Friday before spring break, but during the week of spring break, we will take a break as we all shelter inside during this global pandemic. Many questions are asked about proms and graduations. Proms, clearly, while we're under a state of emergency, those proms cannot occur. So those proms are either being postponed and or rescheduled. You will get information from your school about those dates, and we will share those dates as we receive that information as well. So I'd like to just assure everyone that principals are working with vendors and all to either postpone and or reschedule those proms. But as you well know, as long as we're under a state of emergency for this global pandemic, those proms will have to be rescheduled or postponed. Graduations, as you well know, we have communicated the dates for graduation in the month of May. Again, the follow through, if you will, or the continuing or the occurring of those graduations will be dependent upon where we are as a state and as a nation relative to this pandemic. If we have to postpone or if we have to cancel, we will let you know in a timely manner. Remember, our first priority is for safety, and we cannot increase through our activities the number of persons that are potentially exposed to this virus. So we thank you for your patience and your understanding as we make decisions, informed decisions in a very timely manner. Our Board of Education meetings will occur as scheduled, but they will be remote and they will occur offline. We will work remotely to ensure that the public has access to our Board of Education meetings. We will all participate from our various locations, and that information will be live streamed, posted on Facebook Live, etc., as we finalize details. Our board meeting to occur since we've been out of school, the first one will be next Monday evening at 6 p.m. So information will be shared, links and all, on this week. We want to again thank our teachers, our staff members, our principals who are working to ensure that our students receive the support and instruction possible through the digital environment that we have here in Clayton County schools. We recognize that many of us, our students, may have Chromebooks as we were in the first phase of our one-to-one rollout, and it's going to take several years based upon SPLOST funding. However, for those who do have access, we want to encourage you to continue to participate, work collaboratively with your teachers, your principals, and others to enjoy the learning experience to the extent that you can. For those who may not have access online, take full advantage of the hard copies. And parents, we recognize many of you are sending us emails, to me as well, saying we're not teachers and we understand. Asking that you do is do what you can do as parents. We understand the situation as it is. The state has canceled testing for the year, and so we are not focused on testing. We're just focused on students learning and staying as much as they can normal throughout this time as possible. Again, testing has been canceled at a state level, and so that is not a concern for us right now. We're just focused on students staying safe and participating in as much learning as they can throughout this global pandemic. Please know, for parents who may ask, at some point we will continue to roll out our one-to-one initiative, our extended learning beyond the classroom. Until then, we have issued all the devices that we currently have, and we do know that many other districts will be ordering devices even as we're ordering, and so we know that that will even complicate the route of our one-to-one as funds available. We're going to be working. I've already sent a message to our governor via his chief operating officer that the state should make a priority, and I've sent it to our delegation as well, chair as well, that the state should make a priority to ensure that all school systems are supported with a one-to-one initiative so that our students, in the event that we have to deal with this type of school closure in the future, after we recover from this closure, our students will not be placed at a disadvantage because they have a lack of access to digital learning experiences. I think it's important for all of us to know that sometimes in these situations, we maintain safety, but we do what we can do, and we do not stress ourselves out about what we can't do. So parents, I'm encouraging you, do not stress yourselves out about what you do. There are just times when you cannot worry. You should not worry about things that are beyond your control. And these things, this situation is beyond our control. So please do not worry. To all employees, we have sent updates to all of you via email relative to payroll updates. Payroll will occur as scheduled. I want to always encourage all of us, as we have been saying for several years now, if you can go to direct deposit, always go to direct deposit. For those who are not on direct deposit, staff have been committed to ensuring that your checks will be mailed to you. but I want to always take advantage of this opportunity. For those of us who can go to direct deposit, please go to direct deposit, and don't forget, employees, to update your information, your address information on the employee portal. I want to remind all stakeholders to stay connected to the various platforms, social media, the Infinite Campus, the web page. We're posting all updates consistently in those locations, as we've communicated on several occasions. As information changes, as decisions are made, we will communicate that information in a very timely manner. I'd like to also encourage all of us while we're at home. I know I've received my census information. Please complete the U.S. Census information. We will get through this crisis. We will get through this pandemic. We will need all the revenues that this community can earn based upon our response to the U.S. Census. So I want to encourage all of us while we're sheltering at home, please take out time to complete the census information that all of us have already received. Again, please take out time to complete the census information. I want to encourage all of us to remember what's most important during times like these. As I was reflecting on the updates that I would provide today and share, I thought about there just comes a time when you have to do what you have learned. This is the time for us to do what we've learned to do. Education is very important, and that's why we're trying to provide as many digital learning opportunities as possible. Safety is most important, and that's why we're encouraging everyone to shelter in place, to wash your hands, to do whatever it takes to stay safe. We understand, but I want to encourage all of us during these times of uncertainty that you've got to make sure that you find your peace in this situation. Find your peace. I'm glad I learned years ago that as I walk with the Lord, that I have peace. You got to have faith in something. I know what my faith is in. You got to know what your faith is in. This is not the time to be fearful. This is the time to walk in peace. This is not a time to worry about things that we can't control, events that we can't control that we would love to participate in. Those things will happen when they should happen. Right now, what we need to do is binding ourselves together in love, getting with our families, showing peace, love, and appreciation for one another. To the extent that we can, stay as normal as possible, recognizing that these are very abnormal times, but ensuring that we have a positive attitude, a victorious attitude that tells us that no matter what we go through, we'll get through this. No matter what it is, as crazy as it gets, we'll get through this. I've learned years ago, and I'm sure many of you have learned, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, guess what? I can't fear evil. Why? Because I've got to know and trust that I'm walking with someone. Listen, through life, through death, you got to have peace and you got to have faith. There are just some things that matter most. And so I want to encourage all of us. I don't know what's going to happen, and I could be fearful like everyone else, but I choose not to be fearful. I choose to do what I know I can do, but I choose to walk in faith. I choose to have peace. I choose to know that I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I know who holds tomorrow. And no matter what happens, walk in peace. While you're walking in peace, I encourage you to walk in purpose. There's a purpose for us being here as a nation, as a world, as a family, as individuals. There's a purpose. I believe that there's a purpose. I believe our purpose is to show love. I believe our purpose is to demonstrate all that we've learned. I believe our purpose is to cling to our faith. Our purpose is to continue to educate our children. I believe our purpose is to encourage and motivate ourselves to make it through, to walk in peace, to keep our composure, to do the thing that we know we can do, to help someone else, to lift someone else. I encourage us to find opportunities to do good, just like our school nutrition workers are doing good. Find opportunities to do good. Find purpose in the midst of this circumstance. Find purpose in the midst of this situation. Don't allow peace to inform your purpose. Allow peace to inform your purpose. And as you find your purpose, whether it means or whether it is to keep kids calm, to ensure that they're educated, to ensure that they have a meal, whatever your purpose is, determine your priorities to achieve that purpose. What are your priorities today? One of my priorities today was to ensure that we updated and informed our community. Why? Because I believe my purpose is to help assure our community during this time, this school system, our employees, we're here to support our community. I believe that one of the priorities today was to ensure that we shared critical information about where we are and where we're going and how we're responding to this situation. So as I close, maintain your peace. Make sure you find your purpose and place those priorities where they ought to be. Yes, education is important, and if you know me, education is always important. But there are some days and some times in life where it's really not about in the books. It's about what's in the heart. It's about peace of mind. It's about fulfilling your purpose. It's about reprioritizing or establishing one's priorities. Our children, our families, the love that we show our neighbors, this is the priority right now. Remaining safe so we can help others. That should be the priority. So continue to wash your hands, shelter in place, stay away from large groups, and until we come back and share the next update, I wish that all of you will remain safe and continue to do good, because this too shall pass. Take care, everybody. Until the next time.